Today's been a really weird day. Anyways. Zeus, what you doing, stinker? You gonna lay there bored? Anyways. Yeah, I can't afford that. He's 1/4 Antillian Shepherd and 3/4 Great Pyrenees.
Great Pyrenees? You said Great Pyrenees?
Yes.
Wow.
He got his coating color from his mom.
Yeah. So I guess I'm not supposed to touch him.
Nope.
Okay. He sure is beautiful.
Thank you.
How long have you had him?
He is about 2 years and 3 months now. I've had him since he was 2 months old.
Really?
Wow.
Wow.
I got him as a rescue, and I honestly didn't think I'd be able to trade him as a service dog, but he proved me wrong in many ways, huh? He started behaving more after he was a year old.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Did you have him neutered?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Around he was 6 or 8 months old.
Yeah.
He was getting a bit stir crazy than Zena, and I had to get him neutered first because Zena's such a big dog. I had to wait until she was a year and a half to safely spay her at all, because since she's a big dog, she needs to grow out more beforehand.
Yeah. So is it a companion dog or a therapy dog or what?
Service dog.
Service dog. So where'd you have him trained?
I'm actually working with a veteran service dog trainer right now. I do things for her in exchange for the training because I can't afford the costs myself.
Yeah, right.
And whatnot.
So what kind of, I'm not trying to dig into your personal business, but how much would it cost to have a dog trained?
Well, service dog training wise, if you go through honestly it depends. It depends on how you do it. There's 3 different ways you can do it. You can train to become a service dog trainer yourself and train your own service dogs that you need for yourself, and train service dogs for other people, and they buy the service dogs from you. And depending on how much you train the dog, it can amount to like $2,000 to $15,000 per dog. And then
If you trained it yourself, what do you have to do? How do you...
no, it takes a lot of work and patience. It really does.
I'm sorry. What?
It takes a lot of work and patience.
You used to show dogs in confirmation and obedience. So, I kind of have a slight edge,
Yeah.
And I was wondering how much more than that would it take?
Well, I've looked up several things on service dog schools. I have. There's one called Tom Rose School in Missouri that I personally like, but they use certain tools that I don't like to use because I have, well, some people can use
on a dog too.
There's different kind of correction service dog tools you can use for a service dog. But since I have abnormal strength, I don't want to accidentally hurt my dog.
No.
There's some tools I don't use that I prefer not to use. I refuse to use them because I just don't know how to control my strength some days. Is what it is.
So what kind of deal is that? I mean, what would you be afraid to use?
The choker chains that they use to train dogs that pull a lot.
Right.
That's one of them. And then the other one is what is it? What's it called?
So what do you use in place of that?
Well, I use two things right now. Zeus, come here, bud. Come. No, don't get into my ice cream. Sit. Sit. See, I use a gentle leader on their head first, just to get them used to not pulling me and not jumping on me.
Right.
And then I switched to this head halter, which has more control over the dog.
Right.
You only have to jerk it a little bit to get them to know that they're doing something wrong.
Right.
And then the other part is the martingale collar.
Yeah.
Which essentially just helps them know that if it's just another form of correction. If you want to use that instead of the head halter to
I think a head halter is good.
Yeah, a head halter is good, but I use both just in case of I feel like he's getting tired of one and can't handle it, so I can switch, kind of thing.
See me. She says I can't touch you.
Zeus, come here, bud. Ken, sit.
You said I can't.
Ken. And I have a command.
So bad. Oh my God.
I have a command for him where he can't greet other people either. So.
Oh my goodness. Oh, you so psychic. I know. Dog.
Zeus, Ken.
I know. But she said no. Mama said no.
Ken.
Mama said no.
Good girl. Good boy. Zeus. Anyway, so it just takes time and practice and patience. I haven't even gotten his second time yet. I just barely started it.
Yeah.
So Zen, on the other hand, already has it down to a degree, but after I've gotten my two main service tasks done with her, I need to go find a service dog school to work with because my dogs need way more training than that, and I just don't have the money for it on my own. I don't.
Well, I'm 73 years old, and I've got a lot of health issues. And my doctor told me he's trying for me.
Well, I've been on death's door so many times in my life, I'm not afraid of death anymore.
Yeah. Well, I'm not either, It's just that, I just like the companion dog.
Because of how public school treated me ever since I was 6 years old, I had a lot of injuries that a 6-year-old, a 16-year-old should not have in their life. And because of that, I have 10 disabilities, disorders, and illnesses now, and probably have 3 to 5 more because I haven't been diagnosed in 9 years. And so, I'm just trying to do my best not to lose my mind every day and try to keep my body healthy. The first injury I ever got in my life was when I was 6 years old in kindergarten, and some teacher decided to vice grip my wrists with her thumb pressed underneath my wrists, and it because of what she did to me, I could not wash my hands at all, nor lift my arms on my own for 3 to 4 years of my life.
Darn, that's just shocking.
And my dad wouldn't believe me when I told him about it either. So, and now that all the pain's coming back, all of a sudden, I think my Heavenly Father dulled the pain for me so that it wouldn't be so bad, so I could finish taking care of my family. Now that I'm feeling this way, it is very hard to get around. I've had a lot of injuries in my past, the overwhelming pain coming back, and my disabilities. It's making it hard for me to walk some days.
Yeah.
By the time I was 12, I had 2 shattered growth plates and my right foot growth plate was fractured.
Wow.
I'm lucky to be able to walk today at all.
Yeah. Well, like I said, you know, my doctor, my medical doctor, wanted to prescribe to me a companion dog.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, well, I want to
See,
take it to
companion
another
dog
level.
is like totally different from service dogs.
That's why I wanted to take it to another level. You know?
See, I think a companion dog is just like, it's sort of similar to a therapy dog in a way.
Yeah.
It's not really a service dog.
No. But I wanted to be able to bring the dog. In other words, what I wanted was a dog that no matter where I went, this dog is going with me. And
Yeah.
if they can't get in, I don't go in.
I understand that. I actually have an 8A law book that I use to help me with that because I've had 3 people. I've had 3 children try to refuse me to become my service dogs, and that's not allowed. So I always have my 8A law book with me most days, so people can't give me bull crap over it.
Right. Yeah. Well,
Cause I'm looking at a full-out panic attack. Just
yeah.
people giving me issues about it over one time in my life. It's pathetic.
Well, I mean, if you go out, he's gonna go with you.
No.
You know?
Especially since, bless my heart, I got 2 trauma triggers due to 2 boys. If they weren't like younger than 13 and toddlers and whatever, I probably would have lost my patience with them, unfortunately. What happened was this 3 to 4-year-old toddler Mexican boy starts walking up to me, and his parents aren't even watching him and aren't even like correcting his behavior. All of a sudden he comes up to me and bites me on my right arm, like right here, puts dents in it and all, and it's bruised. I'm like, oh my word, you're not gonna correct this behavior at all? Like, really? And they just walked away from me after picking up the boy. I'm like, okay. And then I went to the water fountain and rinsed off my hand because it was like really hurting. I'm like, oh my word, my arm has literally bite dents in it and all. And then there was this one day where I was walking into the stage of my church because the stage is the only place I felt at peace at because it's like darkest room in all the whole place. I was trying to figure out why for the longest time I felt like the safest place for me.
Yeah.
And now I know why. Bless my heart.
Yeah.
Because of how I was born into this world, I'm like really sensitive to a lot of things. I'm really sensitive to the human senses than other people with autism. Because of how I was born into this world, I was almost on the brink of death when I first got into this world. I was purple and blue. And I had to put oxygen into me for me to be able to live at all. And I couldn't hear a squat for 3.5 years of my life. Couldn't hear nothing. And then my mom worked hard to be able to get me to speak at all. And then by the time I was 4, I was able to like think for myself and hear things and say a few words. And then like I like started trying to find things I was interested in to vent my frustrations into, because my family, between 4 to 5 years of age, my middle sister, was the only one who could restrain me when I was being violent, because like my vision would totally go black. I couldn't see anything when I had these tantrums. So I was kind of like blind for a while too in my life, and I didn't stop being violent at all until I was like 6 or 7 years old. I had to find things to vent my frustrations into.
I was raised with a cousin of mine that was a deaf mute.
Mm-hmm.
And I tell you, Barbara was a trip. You know, I taught her how to ride horses in Special Olympics.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so, and of course, she was deaf and didn't have sign language.
Well, I kind of wanted to do something like that up here in Arkansas, but I can't do that if I don't even have any horse experience.
Well, they're supposed to have facilities for the handicap or any kind of mental disability handicap.
Mm-hmm.
It makes no difference, you know.
Yeah.
And they don't charge.
I used to ride a horse. I rode a ride horse when I was 9 years old, and that kind of inspired me to work with horses because I've wanted 10 to 20 years experience for a long time, but I know I can't handle working at the Oaklawn Ranch. It's just way too much for me.
Yeah.
But the ranch that I want to go to possibly is way too far away.
Yeah.
I was thinking maybe I could just find a ranch that's closer in Hot
Well,
Springs somewhere that wouldn't
think,
mind me being a volunteer.
Well, I think that they have one of those therapy ranches or therapy stables. You know, where they.
I know I
Help
looked up
people
one
thrive.
online, but it's like 30 minutes to 45-minute drive away. I don't have the money for that.
Yeah.
Unless a friend of mine wouldn't mind taking me.
Yeah.
So,
I loved it. I mean, I love teaching the girls, you know, or the guys too. But I had a Tennessee Walker, so they asked me if I wouldn't mind letting her be.
well, there's a second reason why I wanted to work with horses a lot my whole life, because I've heard a lot about how they mistreat horses overseas.
Yeah,
How the USA ends up having to rescue most of them.
Yeah.
And I run a nonprofit called Guardians of Sacred Hearts.
Yeah.
I've been running it for 2 years now, 501c3 wise. And I've been wanting to work with horses in Arkansas with the ranches that are not being open for like use anymore,
Right.
and use them for these horses.
Right. Yeah.
So that
Most people donate their horses. You know, they'll wait until they get up in age.
Yeah.
You know, like maybe 12.
But some of
13
them
years old.
get so injured because people are overusing them and
Yeah.
pushing them past their limits. It's like these horses need to be put somewhere so they can get the therapy that they need
Yeah.
and live in peace until they pass on from this world.
That's right. But these horses they use for handicap now, you know, are really good.
Yeah, because
And if they have any kind of back
because my grandma Farlene really means a lot to me, especially since she helped me with cleaning in my life at one point. And she also helped give me advice for my love in this world. Well, I haven't even had a chance to date yet, bless my heart, because people around him have done everything possible to try and destroy my own life. I mean that seriously. And somehow I managed to still be alive today somehow. Anyways, so
That's God.
yeah, I know that.
Yes, that's God.
It's just,
He's got you here for a
it's
reason.
just like, if it wasn't thanks to my family, my friends, and him, I wouldn't even be sitting here right now.
Right. Well, he's got you here for a reason.
Yeah.
You just got to figure out.
Because, like,
what that
literally,
is.
I became afraid of glass walls when I was in 9th grade because I almost made a 14 to 15 foot drop through a glass wall because somebody was having a male fight in front of the principal's office. Scared the crap out of me. Like, I looked to my right and I realized what was going on. Like, holy cow! I looked to my left, like, ah! Holy cow! I was like, no, I'm not staying in this school anymore. No way, Jose!
My water was used in the stage play Oklahoma, and Barbara wrote it. You know, on the stage.
I have so many evil women and evil men run into my family and my life. It's like my waist is just begging to have a shotgun on it. And my waist is just begging to have a shotgun on it. Just so I can protect my darn self. There's this one woman who we had whatever, Justin. Anyways, so there's this one day. For about a year and a half, she was our caregiver. Unfortunately, her name's Barbara Davis. Supposedly, she got married to her husband, I guess, finally, or boyfriend, finally. But she went by 2 last names, and I thought that was odd. She's going by 2 last names on her Facebook. Okay, so on caregiver, on the caregiver things at all ages. After she started talking about building a new house and all this money had gone missing, I, for curiosity's sake, I looked up to see if she had ever had fines for anything. And a year before she became our caregiver, she had a fine Her husband and her had fined with being caught for smuggling guns and drugs to people. The only reason why they didn't get fined, the only reason why they didn't get hurt for that is because they confessed to who they did it for. Yeah, yeah, it kind of makes you wonder why. Why would they even do that? I think the only reason why they did that is because she and him confessed. Because she and him confessed who did it, who they did it for. They didn't get properly fined like they should have. Yeah, kind of makes me wonder why the heck they did that in the first place. No, he's just chilling. He knows that I'm calm and not freaking out or anything. My name's Amber. I like to go by my nicknames though because I, by the time I was 11, I was traumatized being called by my first name. I just go by my nicknames. Clearly, I've already told my family that Zach is the only one that's gonna call me by my first name. I've had so many humans lie to me, and I've had so many humans hurt me. It's kind of like I just feel safe. Random people calling me by my first name in my family. And my family, every time I asked them about Zach and sex education, they kept on ignoring me. And after I was 19, I got sick and tired of asking. I just did. It's like, no, I need to move on with my life. Through this. No. Take care of my family, take care of myself, and hope some miracle happens. It was like right after my mom left into the nursing home, I started like getting my own spiritual insight with the church. And thankfully, thank the heavens, I finally got the second part of my life with LDS Church and realized why I'm meant to be here on this earth. Because, like, I was trying to figure out for the longest time in my life why I was so stiffly bearing my testimony and not realize why I was having so much difficulty. So, anyway. I enjoyed talking with you, Amber. You have a good one. You too. And I'll be praying for you. Thank you. You and your dog. And y'all are one now. I appreciate it. Well, I appreciate it. Not very many people have told me that in my past. Yeah. You know, I've been through a lot too, you know, what I'm not going to go into, but I understand, you know, and being a Christian like I am, I use so much that insight into people. Yeah. You know, it's cool that you mentioned Christianity because Christianity is actually part of my religion. It's a part of our faith. It's just some people get confused and don't believe that it is when it actually is. Our religion is based off of Christianity. Actually, it first came around the 1600s. Joseph Smith ran into the Bible or the golden plate, and he found out that our original history was based off of Christianity. So. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I hope you have a good one. Okay, 3 people looks like need to be on the left side. I'm gonna go down the right side. Well, I'm just guiding a battle right now. Zeus. I'm serious. You know what? Let me give you a little something to think about. You can really think about this. Noah's Ark. And all the animals. I've read about that story several times. Yeah.
when all the animals went in 2 by 2 to the ark, so many people said something about the that he called them into the ark. He did not. They were sent by God, 2 by 2.
Mm-hmm.
So there's something spiritual.
If you actually read, if you actually read the Book of Mormon and if you actually read the whole scriptures of the LDS Church, you'll realize that what it states in the King James Bible, in the Mormon version, has been re-edited, so it's actually 2 words. You'll realize if you read the King James Bible and then the Old Testament, if you read the Old Testament, New Testament, then you read the Book of Mormon, you'll understand how true the LDS Scripture is. Mm-hmm. Some people, like, I understand their choice, to choose other religions, but I've had a lot of bad experiences with, like, all these other churches. I just know that I only need to be, like, an LDS church. Like, the only place where I feel safe, unfortunately, so.
Like I said, there's something spiritual about God having sent the animals in the ark.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Because I don't know why, but for some reason, every time I went into these places, I got very bad vibes for some reason, and like everybody there misunderstood me and started giving me a bunch of unnecessary bull crap. So I just like try my best to be polite and respect other people's religions of choice, but I just want to go to the building with a different religion again. I've already tried. Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
you don't have to get up. Don't get up. Don't get up.
Cause my mom's side of the church, my mom's side of the family is mostly Baptist and Catholic, and every time I've gone to a Baptist funeral with my family, always like after my family has passed on, the Baptist church is closest to me. I'm not going anymore. I'm just not. Cause my only ones that have touched my life the most in the church, in the Baptist church alone, is because they're my close family, and I've taken care of them most of my life, and I've forgiven them for what they've done to me. So I'm just like, after they passed on, I'm not going to any more Baptist churches. Cause like as soon as I went to my one of my great uncle's funerals, bless my heart, it was bad. This was the second or third funeral like gone on the Baptist side of church, and as soon as I went in there, uh, the whole walls of black, vibrating black all over. I couldn't even pay attention to what the speaker was saying because half my family was looking at all of us with sword daggers in their eyes. I didn't find out until why they're being prejudiced against my dad because he's Republican and most of them are liberals. I can't help that. That's just a political issue that needs to be addressed between themselves. So, whatever. Thanks. Appreciate it. Thanks. Appreciate it. Wow. Crazy. Obviously, I'm not guiding very well here today. Balmon, take the left side. Gunner, join him. Assassin down the middle with me. Gunner, retreat. Wow. They really want to hammer us today, don't they? Great, they got to it before us. This is gonna be a tough fight. Good job, Gunner. Excellent work. Where's my dad? That's for sure. Down the middle, everybody. Down the middle. Oh my word. Hey, Assassin, go assist down the middle. They're trying to pincer attack us. Good job, Gunner. Assassin, go heal yourself. Oh my word, I'm at 10 deaths already. How the heck did that happen? Kimmy on the right. Good grief. Holy crap. Good grief. Stay near the HQ, guys. Attack at a distance. Good grief. Oh gosh, there's only one that's the lowest level probably by now. And that's not helping anybody, obviously. Right side, man up. Stoner and vampire work together. Attack the one that's nearest you. Good job. Work on Nana next. Wow. Ha ha ha. Wow. That's so. What in the world? Okay, whatever. I played Toram Online this morning, so not really interested in playing it right now. I'll play it in a little bit. I just got some new equipment for my characters, so I don't mind playing it at all. I just don't really want to play it right now. And I need to find some place to charge my phone at here in a minute. What in blue blazes is wrong with my stuff? What the heck? I wonder, just for curiosity's sake, I wonder if I could just, get rid of that. And then, I wonder if it's possible. Hold on. That gave me an idea here. Mm-hmm. And then, and then, and then,